Julie, what's 6 minus 1?
Hi, Max. How are you?
Very, very well. Julie, what's 6 minus 1?
What? 5?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live today with Global Women Fresh and ITC SheTrades talking about this amazing project that they've all created called microfinancing, the pilot program. You're live with myself, Max McGillivray, Editor-in-Chief of Beanstalk Global. Let's just run around everyone and get to say hello. Julie, say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Liz, say hello from Switzerland.
Hi, everyone.
Gazelle, say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Sakina, say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Michaela, say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Excellent. So just for the people, especially on our podcast, because they're always making commentary to us that they want to really get an understanding as to what the broadcast is going to be about, especially for those watching on Facebook and LinkedIn and on YouTube. Let's just give a bit of background to firstly Global Women Fresh, but we've got the expert here being Julie as well, and also on the subject matter of today about microfinancing. So Global Women Fresh. Julie, our relationship and the respect of supporting you and you supporting us, it feels like we've been going now for about 18 months, and I forget how many broadcasts that we've done, but it must be into double numbers, and all of them have been absolutely fascinating. So Global Women Fresh, their mission is to change the status quo and leverage the talent of women in produce to close the industry's gender divide by inspiring, connecting, and empowering women around the world. And their mission matters more than ever. Beanstalk Global has partnered with them to create a unique ongoing broadcast interview series. And this is to further promote the great work they do, to gain them more members, ongoing and additional corporate sponsorship as well, to assist them to make a long-term difference in the global fresh produce sectors. Julie, remind me, what's the website for Global Women Fresh for everyone to look at and to join, please?
globalwomenfresh.com, and also follow us on LinkedIn. We have a great network there, and thank you, Max, for giving us the opportunity to be here again today, and for supporting our mission through the last 2 years.
No problem. We're all making a difference, and we love that expression. I think Julie came up with it, that we're looking to create the conversation rather than be part of the conversation. So for November, we're very excited to assist Global Women Fresh to launch their international microfinance pilot program. The microfinance intervention by the Global Women Fresh is part of SheTrades Rwanda project. Part of the project is to enhance the effectiveness and efficiency of export growth initiatives, otherwise known as the EGI project. And it's led by the Ministry of Trade and Industry of Rwanda. The SheTrades Rwanda project is implemented by the International Trade Center, ITC, and the SheTrades Initiative is funded by the Enhanced Integrated Framework. So we've got our key speakers today, and I know, Liz, that you want to pass the baton on over to your colleague, but it'd be fascinating just to hear from yourself, Liz, briefly, because it's an honor to have you on. What is your involvement with SheTrades and with ITC, and why are you so passionate about it, please?
Definitely. Well, maybe let me start with, for those of you who haven't heard about ITC before, ITC stands for the International Trade Center, and it's a joint organization of the United Nations and the World Trade Organization. And we have as mandate to support the internationalization of small and medium-sized enterprises. At SheTrades, it's a special program that ITC has to promote women's economic empowerment through trade. We assist women entrepreneurs to become more competitive in global markets, and we link them to trade and investment opportunities. And we work around main 7 pillars of action, which are quality data, policies, public procurement, business deal, market access, and access to finance. We've been working with Global Women Fresh on the market access to finance, and as well for this microfinance project on unlocking opportunities to access finance for women entrepreneurs. So this is a little bit of what we do at SheTrades.
Excellent. And who's the best person to just set the scene, to talk us through about this microfinancing project initiative in Rwanda, please?
Maybe I can start a little bit with the microfinance project that we started with Women Fresh and pass it over to Julie to provide more input. Excellent. So we all started on the microfinance, and there is a huge needs and bottlenecks to access finance for women entrepreneurs. And actually, when we were discussing with Julie came with it, to start this pilot to support and to give that small little one for women entrepreneurs to support. And I'll pass it over to Julie maybe on this one, so she can talk a little bit more about it, how we generated the idea.
Excellent. And Julie, where Global Women Fresh is so inspiring. All of you have got full-time roles, but behind the scenes, but you're all looking to make this difference. I don't know how you create the time for this. How did the thought process, where did the thinking come to create this change by the microfinancing project?
Sure. So one of the things that we've done in the last 3 years is obviously work with the sponsors, with the industry. And one way that we really were thinking about, how do we create a sustainable practice to reuse the money that we're getting from our sponsors, was to come back to this idea of microfinancing. So today in the world, about 20 million people live in poverty, and microfinance today really is used probably by 90% of the money that is used in microfinance is used by women. So the opportunities around creating and extending financial opportunities to women are just great. And when I thought about our partnership with ITC, SheTrades, and the work that we've done in the last 3 years, and the money that we were able to really raise through our sponsors in 2021, I said, well, why not create this opportunity of microfinance? ITC, SheTrades were able to identify those 2 companies in Rwanda, who are the ones that we're going to be talking later today. And then we said, let's create this microfinance pilot program. And our goal is to really prove to our global community and our sponsors that if this finance pilot program works, then our goal is to scale it up in a way that, we can really expand it not only into several countries, but also scale it from a financial perspective, and where we can, raise more money and extend more loans to these small, medium companies.
And Julie, it's fascinating again that you've looked to initially start with Rwanda. Is there a particular reason that you look to select Rwanda over and above the very inspiring ladies that we got on today, who we're going to find out about, who I've already done some research on, who are just groundbreaking in what they do? Is there a reason why you started with Rwanda?
Yeah, so the reason is the reality is the partnership that we have with ITC. So having local people in country that it can help us really identify the companies who can, do the screening of whether these companies can actually repay the loan is very important. And when I approached Liz and ITC SheTrades, they said, well, we have this incredible project in Rwanda at the moment. We have Giselle in country who can actually help us put the pieces together. And that's where we see kind of the long-term opportunity, is that we as Global Women Fresh can go raise the capital. ITC SheTrades can help us with the local work and having those people on the ground. And then that way we can really create a partnership for growth in the long term.
And let's just, Giselle, if it's okay to ask of you, well, in the likes of Rwanda, what are the challenges facing women obtaining finance? Is it actually quite a serious problem?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Max. Access to finance is very important, an important subject for the women in Rwanda, because most of the time the women are asked to have a guarantee, which is very hard to get for most of the women. And also the interest rate is very kind of high compared to what we got this microfinance at. Yeah. So I can say that really this is a very important subject in Rwanda.
Okay, and how do I say this? Are women actually penalized if they look to get financing on a conventional basis? And again, that's another reason why the microfinancing scheme has come about.
No, we can say that they are penalized in that way, but because, if I may say that in history, women didn't have a lot of share on the family properties. So even if now it's being corrected by the government when the women have an equal share on family properties, but most of the time women were kind of hindered economically to have the financial means so that they can have those let's say collateral, but also economic means for themselves to be able to be reliable by the banks. So that's the situation normally.
And Gazelle, thank you. Julie, just back to yourself, on the basis that all of you are going to create success in Rwanda with ITC and SheTrades, how can we grow this opportunity with the collective network that we've all got? And you've heard me say this before. One thing I've learned over the last 18 months is this word collaboration. How can our collective networks help you, ITC, SheTrades, to grow this initiative, please, Julie?
There's two very specific ways, and thank you for asking that question, Max. So one is obviously the holidays are approaching, and many companies and many individuals, they don't know necessarily, they want to donate to a cause and they don't know which cause. So this could be your cause.
Wow.
Just go to globalwomenfresh.com. And there is a very easy way link for you to, or any individual, to make any donations from $10, $25, whatever suits your budget, and also for companies to align with the mission, right? So we're incredibly thankful to all of our sponsors, but as they start thinking about 2022 and how to really donate to a cause that it's connected to the roots of their business, then this could be an excellent cause. The fact that we're reusing the money, that we're reusing the financial gains to really empower women and to continue to help them get success in their business is an excellent way to show that we're just not using the money, for air, but we're actually creating impact on that.
Julie, well done. And the timing is very fortuitous that there's a report that's just come out in the UK today stating all of the things that people in the UK bought over our various pandemic lockdowns and that we wish we hadn't bought. So like running machines and bread makers, when actually, if we think about it, instead of buying capitalist consumption stuff like that we don't need, what a great thing to do, to invest into Global Women Fresh, into ITC, into SheTrades, to create a difference and to watch that grow. What a great thought that would be. So Julie, Liz, why don't we now just have a conversation with especially Sakina, because we know that Sakina's got some other things to do. So it'd be really interesting to get an understanding from Sakina, from her business and her background. So Sakina, if that's okay, to start with yourself, who are you? Who are you representing? Tell us all about you, please.
Thank you so much. My name is Sakina Usengimana. I'm the Managing Director of AfriFood Remittance. So we do export of fresh fruit and vegetables. We are based in Kigali. However, we have farms in different parts of Rwanda. I can say we have farm in East, we have farm in South, and also we are working with around over 500 farmers and also 5 cooperatives. So I think, yeah, we have been exporting to Europe and Middle East. And also you mentioned UK, so we're exporting in UK too, and German, Belgium, Netherlands, and also specifically Dubai. So I can say that I'm very happy to be here, and we are, look forward to talk more.
Excellent. And you're not getting away that easily. What is your background? Have you got a growing background, a farming background, or did you fall into the sector like some of us have done? How did you get involved in fresh produce and agriculture, please?
Thank you so much for that question. Yeah, so my background is definitely not agronomy or any type of in agriculture. So I have a background in business administration, and specifically I have been trained with hospitality management, because I have been working with one of the big chain in Rwanda, hospitality. Then one day I attended Youth Connect. There's one of conference that happened in Rwanda. They were saying how we are not using our resources in Rwanda. When you see with the statistic for World Bank, you find out that 60% of the land in Africa are not used. And sometimes you find there's infrastructure challenges and the other challenges. So I started to think about what can I do? And looking at my own family and friends, sometimes we are living in Kigali or in the city, and we don't know what's going on in the countryside, what the land is being used for. So that's how I tapped into the opportunity because of that event.
Excellent. And with them, we have a large number of students, graduates that watch these broadcasts. Would you recommend the horticulture, the fresh produce, the agricultural sectors? Would you recommend students come into these sectors to prosper, to have a career?
Definitely, absolutely, yeah, 100%. I will tell them honestly to join agriculture because there was still a lot of opportunity, and also there's a room to grow, like a growth. And when I say we're exporting in the UK, I just mentioned few countries, but still there's other countries that still need produce. And I can say I didn't mention about Asia, I didn't mention even about other countries in Africa. So which means that me, myself, and other people who are already in the industry, we are not enough. So we should invite other people also to join, especially when they have skills, because then they are coming to contribute and making sure we can do it even better than we are doing today.
Well done. And this last couple of years has not been normal for anyone. How have you and your colleagues and your business prospered over the last couple of years? Have you met lots of speed bumps, or has it been relatively easy? Tell us what you've seen, what you've experienced over the last couple of years, please.
So I can say it has been challenging like everyone else, but for the food industry, I think it was a little bit of release, because I can say about Rwanda because it's where I live and I work. So we could see most of the business were stopped. Like when you have a shop of clothes, you could not go to work, so you have to stay home. But for the people who are in food industry, so we are facilitated to make sure we can continue to work, even though it was very challenging. But there we see that the business you are in is a primary need. So then you have to be there. So it's kind of the front line. The same way people go and facilitate us to get vaccine, it was the same way we could also facilitate people to get food and even continue to export, even though the logistic has been a challenge. Because when you reduce people at the airport, employees, so then the handling will take time than it was before. And then when they stop for aircraft, you could see that sometimes there's no cargo. So it has been really very challenging, but we could adapt. But it was really challenging, but we had to keep going up to now.
Yeah, but there's this expression that we've used on a number of broadcasts of don't waste a crisis. You can make your business even better by everything that you've learned over the last couple of years, can't you, to take it through to that next level. And microfinancing, why do you think microfinancing is going to be important for your sectors in Rwanda, please?
Yeah, I can say it's going to be very, very important, because as for now, we still need to do more production. We still need to invest, and also making sure I can keep going even things that are not going well. I can say even for the Global Women Fresh, we received the funds, so you could use it even for our farm. You know, wow. You can make some losses on the farm because you have to, instead of using 100% people to be following up your farm, sometimes you could be able to use 30, depending on how the pandemic was. Sometimes you have to use even 20%. So which means that the same work which was not being covered. But now when you get back, like you are now released, people are vaccinated, you have to go back to work, you need to use some finance. And also I can say with export, which I'm doing now, it's require finance. You have to ship sometimes. So the pandemic really affects us as supplier, but also the buyers. If the buyer was supposed to pay you in 10 days, now it's required them 30 days. So which means that you still need finance to be able to cover your operation. Even sometimes you have also to look at your expense. So if there's expense which you cannot be able to cut, then how can you, even though you know you're going to make money in the future, but during that time, how are you going to survive? So finance is really very important.
Excellent. And I've just had a WhatsApp whilst you've been talking. How can we find out more about Sakina's business? Do you have social media? Do you have a website? How can we find out about your business, please?
So we have a website. It's called www.afrifoodremit.com. Yep. Also, we have a social media. We have Twitter. We have Facebook. Yeah, so that's it. So all the social media, you can check AfriFood RW. So you will find us. Okay. And also you can find myself on the LinkedIn and also Twitter.
Excellent. And another WhatsApp question. Could Sakina just state again what products that she grows and exports, please?
So we grow chili. There's two types of chili. We have hot pepper, we have badai chili, and also we have avocado, so has and fuerte. So if you want to buy, you can be able to correct. Also, we have white eggplant. We have passion fruit. Passion fruit in Rwanda is very tasty, amazing. You could really try it. And also we do matoke for African community, people who live abroad. Sometimes they need to taste their food. And if you have their client, I think also you could be very interested to work with us.
Excellent.
So those are some of the products we do.
Final question before you go, because we know you've got to move on. What's your favorite fresh produce?
Oh, I like avocado. I love avocado so much. I feel I can eat it from Monday to Friday, Sunday, every single day. Yeah.
Excellent. You've been fantastic, and we'll make sure that we tag your business on all of the posts. It's been fascinating to hear your background and your enthusiasm, your passion for what you're doing. If people are ever in doubt about why we've got some amazing people in the fresh produce sectors internationally, we've only got to look at yourself and your business. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time, and I really thank Global Fresh, SheTrades, everyone, because it's been a long journey. She talked about how the finance is very challenging. Every time they may ask you, put down payment. This didn't happen with the Global Women Fresh. They sometimes put the interest rate is very high. So all of that can be the obstacles that make women don't want to even go to ask the money, even though maybe there will be some help they can get. But this remittance challenge, they make people even get scared, not confident to go to ask, because they will see, oh, there's too much recommended, like restriction, rules, things like that.
Yeah, well done. Sakina, thank you very much. That's been amazing. Giselle, you must be so proud to have colleagues, to have ladies like Sakina involved with yourself with SheTrades. What do you think?
Yes, indeed. I am very happy to have Sakina around. She's one of the promising young generation we have. And Rwanda, we like to say that Rwanda is a young country, and Sakina is among the hope of our country. And we are very proud of the people like her.
Wow. Okay. Giselle, do we have any other examples on the broadcast of someone who could tell us about their business, and so we can find out about more amazing Rwandan fresh produce? Giselle, who else could you recommend?
Yes, we do. I would recommend Immaculée Mukabana. She's one of our members. She grows coffee, a very good coffee. Rwandan coffee is also well known among the world. If you haven't tasted, I would recommend you do. Yes, I introduced to you Immaculée Mukabana.
Immaculée, hello. Hello.
Hello.
So I think both of you, both Sakina on the basis that we all love avocados, and in the likes of the UK and America, Julie, correct me if I'm wrong, we're all positively addicted to coffee. So both of you have got a captured market to go to. So tell us about your business and tell us about yourself, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Immaculée Mukabana. In business, in agribusiness. We are two sisters. My business, my company is Nyamurinda Coffee Growers Limited. We started of growing coffee in 2012. After 3 years, in 2016, we established a coffee washing station to process our coffee and the coffee from the neighbors. From 2016, we start to export our coffee in Europe and the US. Okay.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Sakina, just go back to you. If you need to go, don't worry about it. If you want to hang around, that's absolutely fine. We love having you on. So Michaela, with your coffee business, with your sister, as you say, 2 sisters, how many people are in your business today, please?
In our business, we are many, but the women in the coffee business, not many.
Okay, and is that something that you want to do? Would you like more women to come into your business in the future?
Yes.
And what do you think is the answer to that? How can we get more women into your business?
Okay.
Shall I say it again?
In my business, now we started to promote the farmers, and we start to promote to give them the agronomist to help them to manage the coffee trees.
Yeah, got it. And microfinancing, has this helped you and your sister and your business to grow?
Yes, because we give the farmers small money to their own,
yeah,
to help them in a small business, and to give them the school fees of the children,
yeah,
and the insurance, medical insurance, etc.
Excellent. And so microfinancing is a big thumbs up from yourself.
Yes.
Excellent. And who grows the best coffee in Rwanda?
Yes, in Rwanda we have good quality.
Yeah. And you are one of the best growers of coffee in Rwanda.
Nyamurinda. Because Nyamurinda coffee is coffee from the high mountain.
Yeah.
Our altitude is from 1,800 to 2,000.
Excellent. I have just had a WhatsApp in saying this is an MD in the UK. Could he have a container of your coffee delivered by the end of the week, please?
Maybe I should
come again.
Can you?
I have someone on WhatsApp asking if he could have some of your coffee in the UK.
Giselle, maybe you can translate.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe Max, can you repeat the question? I didn't get it well. Also.
I've got a managing director in the UK who wants to buy a whole container of coffee from our guest. Could we organize that? He'd like it by Friday. Do you want to translate that over?
This Friday?
I think he's joking, but that's what this broadcast is great, because it's linking people up. And if we can get retailers and food service companies and other potential buyers in the UK and Europe to engage with yourself to buy your most amazing coffee. Gazelle, do you want to have a go at translating that and see what happens?
Yes, of course. So Imakire yarimo avuga ngo hari umuntu umwohereje message ariko ni blague abaza niba yabona coffee yawe kuwa gatanu, container yuzuye ya coffee kuwa gatanu.
Gushipinga coffee bitwara igihe kinini muri container, bishobora gufata ukwezi, amezi abiri. Niyo mpamvu tumuha igihe cyo kugira ngo bimugezeho.
Yes.
No kuyitegura kugira ngo igende ifite karite nziza.
Yes. Max, she would have loved to send the coffee by this Friday, but shipping the coffee takes a long time, maximum 2 months. Unfortunately, she can't make it this Friday, but maybe in 2 months.
Excellent. And my contact says that's a deal. Send me the invoice and I'll pay it straight away. The coffee will be fantastic, I'm sure. There we go. We've done a deal, everyone. Gazelle, do you want to just swap that over?
Okay, aravuze ngo uboherereze ngo facture y'iyo coffee y'iyo container. Hanyuma kubera ko yizeye neza yuko coffee yawe ari nziza, ntabwo ari ngombwa yuko arindira gukora amatest. Congratulations for the deal.
So again, everyone, that's what's great about this sort of interaction with SheTrades, ITC, Julie with Global Women Fresh out of the States, and our amazing ladies in Rwanda, that we can link all these joints together. And Julie, Gazelle, Liz, if it wasn't for the microfinancing project, these ladies wouldn't be here today, having created employment, created an empowerment. But is there more to come? Gazelle, I'm just going to say what I said earlier. You must be so proud of what you've done, what you've achieved with these ladies. What's next? Come on, let's be ambitious. Let's knock this out of the park. Where do you want to see this to go? Where do you want microfinancing to go in Rwanda, please?
Yeah, for me, I would say that this should be just the beginning, because the ladies, they need a lot, because they can do a lot. If you can see what they have done with this amount, which is not big but very significant to their businesses, you would be willing and very proud of them. I mean, you would be proud of them and very be willing to give them more money. So I would say that if anyone online is able and capable, should be donating to Global Women Fresh, because their support is really important to the women.
Excellent. And we talked, Gazelle, about donating to Global Women Fresh to help these microfinancing schemes. And I use this word again, collaboration. And if you look at what Liz and her colleagues have achieved with some of the fantastic events that they've run over the last year, 18 months, in the respect of introducing growers to buyers internationally, as well as that assistance, Gazelle, with the microfinancing, would it help if there's collaboration, if we can put buyers in contact with yourself and with Liz for them to engage with the likes of our expert speakers today? Would that assist as well? What do you think, Gazelle?
Sorry, I am sorry, I didn't get well your question. My connection was cutting. If you could repeat again.
No problem. I'm fully used to it. So microfinancing is helping. Would it also help through our networks if we can find you buyers, if we can find for your colleagues, for all of the people, for all the ladies that you're helping, if we can find global buyers to buy their product, to buy their produce, would that help you as well?
Of course. We are not only looking for money, we are also looking for buyers, because we really have good product, good horticulture product, good coffees, and the potential of the women to produce more and better. So it will really, when we joined the partnership with Global Women Fresh, we were not only looking for money, we were also looking for the network for our members, for our ladies, so that they can reach to more buyers, to more consumers, and of course, make our country known to them. Yeah,
excellent.
So we really we are really looking forward to more buyers globally.
I've just had a WhatsApp asking, how can we find out more about Rwandan fresh produce and horticulture? What would be your advice on that, please?
So we have a brand for our local fresh produce, Rwanda Fresh. For all the horticulture exported from Rwanda, we have a brand that is the Rwanda Fresh. And for more information, you can go to www.nayeb.gov.rwanda. That is the National Agriculture Export Board that is in charge of agriculture export.
Excellent. Gazelle, thank you. Liz, you must be so proud of Gazelle. Just having a powerhouse like that. If I could use the word a firecracker, as we'd say in the UK, to be able to empower these ladies and to give them that information in the respect of microfinancing, and presumably working on the network of ITC SheTrades. Liz, I've got to ask you again, just for those that aren't fully aware, SheTrades, just tell us again, who is SheTrades and the difference that it's making globally? It's time to show off, Liz, tell us.
Well, as mentioned, we're part of the UN. Well, we are a joint agency of the United Nations, World Trade Organization, and it's the only agency that has a joint mandate, right, to support the small and medium-sized enterprises to internationalize. And that SheTrades, exactly, we support women. We work across the business ecosystem. We engage governments, corporations, business organizations, financial institutions, women entrepreneurs, producers, organizations like Global Women Fresh. Is the power of partnerships to do what? To enable an ecosystem in which women can unleash the economic power through trade. On access to finance, we have a project that is called SheTrades Invest, which I happen to coordinate. And we actually connect capital providers with women seeking funding. So this is a little bit how the conversation started with Global Women Fresh. We already work with them on access to markets. We've been bringing some ladies from Kenya, from Nigeria, bringing them to the UK market. We once brought them to Asia Fruit Logistica in Hong Kong. So it's a little bit similar what we're trying to do with access to finance and microfinance. And let me tell you, there is an estimated $300 billion finance gap for women entrepreneurs in developing economies. So there's a lot of things to do. And at least 1/3 of women entrepreneurs face gender bias. So it's a huge issue for women. They often get asked more questions about their personal life than their business idea, which is exactly. So there's so much to do on this access to finance, definitely.
Okay, and we again, I've got to overuse this phrase about collaboration. I did a broadcast yesterday with America, and we came to the conclusion that the fresh produce family globally is looking to do good, wants to do good. We're seeing a rush of investment coming into fresh produce on a global basis. On the back of the last recession, a number of funds raced towards agriculture globally because they saw it as a safe haven. In this perceived pandemic recession, we're seeing the same again, that the funds are coming into agriculture, but also fresh produce, on the basis that some of these funds know that they've got to do good, and it's not just chasing the dollar, that with their investment that they could actually create a lot of good on a global basis. Would you, Liz, and your colleagues, would you be looking for collaboration with people who want to be aligned to you so that you can help the likes of these ladies in Rwanda and other countries? Are you looking for that collaboration as well, please, Liz?
Definitely, definitely. We are run by the power of partnerships that I just mentioned. It's about joining the force. It's about contributing to what everyone, for buyers, retailers, source from developing economies as well, bring more diversity, support more women in the supply chain. And yeah, I'll say it's the power of partnerships that actually will help a little bit to make a huge impact on women and advancing women in the fresh industry.
Excellent. And I've always worked on the basis, if you jump for the stars, you'll touch the ceiling. Where would you like SheTrades to be 5 years time, and especially with the projects that you've got running, the likes of the microfinancing project? What success would you like SheTrades to achieve in 5 years time, please, Liz?
Success will be to share more. We've been building methodologies, we've been building data, we've been putting all this together. For what? We can't do this in every single country, right? We need to start sharing the methodologies with other partners, Global Women Fresh, for example. So the more the merrier, the more the other partners in different parts of the world start getting the SheTrades idea of supporting women entrepreneurs. How do we do it? With which methodologies? The more women we will be able to support. So success will be more people around the world actually joining the movement and supporting women entrepreneurs to advance.
Wow. Julie, that was a powerhouse, wasn't it? Not just from Liz. Liz, as we know, is amazing, but from the rest of the ladies. Julie, you've created some magic here with the microfinancing project.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited to have Liz and the rest of the team and to be able to collaborate with them. And I think that's kind of the journey and the opportunity that I see ahead of ourselves. At the beginning, you said, how do we do it? With myself having a full-time role and, being the co-founder and the president of Global Women Fresh. So just recently, I have resigned to my full-time job, and I will be focusing more of my energies and times to build this this Global Women Fresh. As Liz and Giselle and Sakina and Immaculate mentioned, when you look at the statistics and the data of what happens to women in small and medium farmers or small medium enterprises in a lot of these underdeveloped economies, it's pretty challenging for women. So in many cases, in many countries, women don't have ownership of land. In many cases, or in many different countries, they don't have ownership of a bank account. So as Giselle mentioned, when you don't have a collateral, you don't have a history, it's very difficult for these women to actually go and approach any bank and actually get finance. And as Liz mentioned, usually there's a lot more gender bias. So I think that there's a lot of work to be done. But as you know, I mean, venture capital and private equity and banks ultimately need to understand how they're going to recuperate their money. And that's how I feel so optimistic that with this serious and real partnership between the two organizations, we can really show, one, how we're really impacting the lives of a lot of the small farmers, and at the same time, how we're really creating this kind of domino effect. Because, you're not just helping Immaculate or Sakina. So Sakina and Immaculate, they're impacting the lives of many, many, many small farmers. Many of those small farmers are women. And ultimately, those financial resources are going to help this families or these women, take their kids to school. And as you can see, this is just an incredible domino effect to bring people out of poverty. And then ultimately just to kind of work with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which is, gender equality, and hopefully achieving that in less than 200 years, which is kind of the number out there.
Yeah. Julie, well done. Liz, that's so exciting that we've got Julie on board on a full-time basis now to push forward positively Global Women Fresh. And I'm just coming to more and more to the thought that's on the basis that everything that we've gone through in the last 18 months, 2 years, how the fresh produce sector and how women in fresh produce globally can make such a difference to our planet and to our lives. So Liz, go back to yourself. You've got some high aspirations for 5 years down the line for SheTrades, but they all sound achievable. Presumably, you're going to enjoy, love doing that with Global Women Fresh, especially with Julie on board, Liz, on a full-time basis.
Definitely. We really need to keep supporting women. If can be adding more facts to this, I don't know, but women own and lead about 30% of all small and medium-sized enterprises. And as we know, SMEs account for 70% of employment worldwide. And as Julie was mentioning before, right, the importance of supporting women, when we all know, and there's data on it, when women earn an income, they tend to spend high proportion on children's education, on health and food and education. And this as well has the huge potential, to keep advancing our world a better one and more sustainable one. So it's wonderful that we have Julie fully present on Global Women Fresh now, so we can have and keep working on supporting more women. Get out of the let's remove the gender bias. Let's focus on the data. Let's focus on the facts. Capital providers have a lot to benefit from investing in women. If we invest in women, actually, there's more growth. Women outpace men in overall growth in volume of credit and deposit as well. There's a lower portfolio risk. There's a higher percentage of female client is associated with lower portfolio risk, write-offs and fewer provisions. There are greater returns as well. Businesses with more women on management outperform most of the men, more than 4% a year, and there are lower costs. Besides generating higher returns and having better loan paybacks, there's also a lot of research that says that women tend to be loyal customers and cautious investors. So there's a huge potential there. We just need to keep working on it, so more of the success stories will actually keep building on the case.
Excellent, and we'll come to the success stories in the end. We're just slightly running out of time. Liz, how can we find out more about SheTrades, please? Where do we go?
Visit us on www.shetrades.com.
Excellent. Liz, thank you. Julie, how can we find out more about Global Women Fresh, please?
Well, now that I'm available 24/7, I mean, globalwomenfresh.com, through LinkedIn, Instagram, personal email, it's in our LinkedIn profiles, but we are excited. And once again, thank you, Max, for giving us the opportunity in the last 2 years to really collaborate with you and share the story with our global community.
I think it's everyone. I'm sure you'll know this phrase. As I've always been taught, if you give, you'll get some take. So it's been an absolute pleasure we've met some fascinating people, and I was just saying to Julie in our green room that we're streaming live tomorrow with Nina Patel from Fresh Express in India, looking to promote Indian fresh produce, and that came through Julie and the Global Women Fresh team introducing Nina to us. So we've got
She's actually part of our board of directors. So she is, she's done some phenomenal job and work for us. And she's an incredible advocate for women at the farm level. So yeah. I'm so glad that you're working with her. Yeah.
So if you want to prosper within the sector, you need to align yourself to Liz and to Julie. And just before we say goodbye to Rwanda, Gazelle, if you could ask again, because I'd love to hear this, who grows the best coffee in Rwanda, please?
Nyamurinda. Nyamurinda coffee growers are the best.
Yes, but can you ask the actual grower herself, please? We need to hear it from her own lips, please.
Okay.
Nyamurinda has the best quality coffee, a specialty coffee. That is known in Europe, Sweden, Netherlands.
And my contact in the UK, he wants to buy 5 containers now. 5 containers. Excellent. So everyone, thank you very much. It's been amazing finding out about microfinance and how through the backing of Global Women Fresh and ITC SheTrades, how it's making such a fundamental difference in Rwanda. Within the UK and Europe, we don't hear these stories. We don't hear about these collaborations. We don't hear the differences that it's making in the likes of African countries and South America and Asia. So that's why I think we're all very privileged to hear from such amazing individuals. But we can't rest on our laurels. We must get involved. And as Julie intimated, and what a great idea, rather than buying people plastic presents that perhaps will just be tucked behind a sofa, why don't we get involved with Global Women Fresh and invest in them so that they can invest in ITC SheTrades and the likes of Rwanda? Then we can experience some of the best passion fruit, avocados, and coffee from Rwanda. Everyone, thank you very much for your time. Be well. And we hope to look forward to see you all in person. And Julie, what shall we go out to Rwanda? Liz, shall we go out to Rwanda when we can do? And
welcome.
Have a proper visit. That would be my highlight to do that.
It's on my list. It's on my list for 2022.
Excellent. Gazelle, thank you very much. Everyone, keep safe, and we'll see you in the next broadcast. Well done, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.